classic Peter Lynch style stock. This one, BNP Paribas, easily has 50% upside on the short term. Why? Well, I believe the market is underestimating this deal, where BNP Paribas sells a subsidiary of theirs, Bank of the West, to BMO. I believe the market is valuing this deal incorrectly because it will result in a one-time cash influx of 16.3 billion US dollars, which comes down to roughly 13 euros per share flowing right into shareholders' hands. And that while the stock is only trading at about 50 euros today. Okay, not right into shareholders' hands. The company will actually not use these funds to pay a dividend. They will instead use the funds for share buybacks in the range of 4 billion US dollars. And the rest of the capital will be redeployed over time in a disciplined manner with the aim of improving long-term value creation through organic growth, targeted investments and acquisitions. And that deal is supposed to close somewhere during 2022, which I will remind you is almost freaking over. A sick value proposition created thanks to a dope ass cash deal, already agreed upon during 2021 when valuations were still hella lofty. I gotta thank my Giga Chat buddy Thomas for the stock pick. Without him, I would have never heard of BNP Paribas to begin with. So yeah, Thomas, I really appreciate it. But so far I've only really explained how the value proposition has come to be, not what the value proposition actually is. So here is the value proposition. But before I can show you that, I first have to explain what BNP Paribas actually does. BNP Paribas organizes its business into three main operating divisions: corporate and institutional banking, investment and protection services, and commercial personal.
Boring.
Okay, yeah, that shit is boring AF. Let me try it again, but then with a little bit more engagement. BNP Paribas is the largest European bank. They do the stuff we normal plebs interact with, like commercial and personal bank accounts. They hold investment accounts for people, and then they also partake in the corporate banking world. And if you want to know more about this specific business plan, well, you gotta do your own due diligence. I know for a fact that talking about how a bank operates isn't really good for my watchtime metrics. Now let's talk about the fun stuff, the value proposition. And really the value proposition of BNP Paribas isn't that it's a growth story. Actually, I am not predicting this business to grow significantly at all. What is the true value of BNP Paribas is this fancy chart, which took me way too long to make just because the company changed their accounting practices 4 freaking times over the last decade. Anyways, what we can see is the EPS or earnings per share from this company expressed all the way back from 2006 till 2021. And as you can see, the company has been averaging in the pretty high single digits for EPS for over a decade already. Moreover, the company was actually profitable for this entire time period, except 2014, during which the company made a lot of one-time expenses, which I do not really think matter, hence why I added the adjusted EPS for that year. Notably, the company was also profitable right throughout 2008. That should be impressive. Multiple of their competitors went under during 2008, 2009 and 2010. But BNP Paribas remained profitable even during this extremely tough economic environment. And now I am just forecasting for this bank to continue what they are doing. Say earnings of 6 euros per share for the next coming years. And then if we slap on a price to earnings ratio of 10, which is achievable AF for the largest bank of Europe, then the company should at least be worth 60 euros going forward. Only based on the current profitability, the company easily has 20% upside on the short term. But there is more. We're getting this huge 10 euro per share cash influx thanks to the sale of their Bank of the West division. And this entire division during the latest quarter was only responsible for like 2.5% of the company's earnings. Since the Bank of the West division earned 103 million euros pre-tax, while the entire group earned 3.7 billion euros pre-tax. Okay, to be fair, Bank of the West did make up almost 5% of the pre-tax earnings during 2021. So the division is a slightly bigger earner than I've made it out to be thus far. But my point is this. BNP Paribas is selling a division which was earning a pretty insignificant amount of profits for a super significant amount of cash. 10 euros per share post-tax is a lot of freaking cash for a 50 euro stock. So the true value of this company right now isn't based on just the 6 euros in EPS they will be earning going forward. It is based on the 6 euros in EPS plus that 10 euros in cash they're getting, which in my mind makes this a 70 to 75 euro stock. So that is the true value I see in this business. And then we haven't even discussed all the possibilities this company might have in deploying this capital. After all, their stock price is in my opinion trading below intrinsic value. So those 4 billion euros of share buybacks will most likely be pretty darn effective. And the company currently has a book value of about 85 to 90 euros per share. So we are also getting a pretty significant discount compared to the book value of this business. Moreover, the company is actually also paying a 7% dividend as well. To me, this sounds like the classic heads you win big, a 50% upside on the short term, and tails you don't lose much. I believe the company has plenty of margin of safety in their current earnings capabilities and also the addition of their book value. So even if the company completely fucks up their cash deployment strategy, you most likely will not lose much. However, do keep in mind that my opinions are biased. I do own a super tiny position of this company at about 2% of my portfolio, and most probably I will be buying more if the price goes lower. And of course, the classic YouTuber disclaimer. I ain't no financial advisor yet, and this video certainly isn't financial advice, blah 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 blah, you know the drill. With that said, thank you so much for watching, I love you all, peace.